Cancer, your February energies are in. Let's have an aligned astro chat about it. Hello all, Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive, and welcome to your Transformational Tarot for the month of February for the sign of Cancer. Cancer, this is for your sun, moon, rising, also your Venus. And if you have a Cancer in your life that you love, this is a great way to keep up with what is going on with them. So we are going to be pulling cards today from the 22 Archangels Oracle from Kyle Gray for an overarching theme for your month. And then we are pulling from the Under the Oak Tarot. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay. So super excited about the energies of this month for you guys. I feel like February, you're going to have to kind of, be in flow. I feel like there's going to be some emotional stuff that's going on, but I feel like it's kind of like you can weather the storm and you're going to come out better for it on the other side. Yes, your message here is hope, authentic reclamation. It's time to call back all the lost parts of yourself. So this is a month where I feel it really is going to be staying in that higher vibrational energy and frequency, avoiding getting involved in other people's drama, avoiding bringing drama into your life, and really stepping into the space of who am I? And who do I want to be? What resources do I need in order to be able to make that happen? Because that is calling back those lost parts of yourself. If I want to be something and I feel that I'm not that, then I'm feeling a little lost. I'm feeling a little lack, a little insecurity, a little just not in my own skin, right? Comfortable in my own skin. When we have hope, and we have hope that we can become the thing that we want to become, then that energy is going to support us no matter what happens, no matter what goes through. Sorry, just going to turn on a little extra light here. Okay, so currently, where are you at presently right now in your transformational journey? What part of you is shifting, rising, or dissolving? And we have the Strength card. Sorry that I don't read reversals, so that must have just been a weird upturned card. Okay, so you're starting off with the Strength card. And I feel like the last couple of months for you Cancers has been, I want to say, a bit challenging, where you've had to really dig deep into your resources, your internal resources, in order to kind of either hide out, or to kind of figure out the direction that you want to take moving forward. I feel like a lot of reflective energy, and also really just looking, doing the hard look, the deep dive to really determine what it is that you are bringing to the table. How am I contributing to my own life? If I'm feeling that things are not in flow, or if I'm feeling, that there are just so many things going on around me and I can't seem to catch up, the question that I want to ask myself is, what part am I playing in my own life? Because I co-create the experiences that I have. So if I'm having the experience, there's a part of me that wants to have the experience or needs to have the experience for that soul expression. And I feel like this is a month right now where that strength, when you're phrasing it that way, when you're reframing these things that are happening to you, is going to really carry you through into understanding, oh, this is like fertilizer. This is like the nutritious soil that my body needs in order to be able to have the experience that I'm choosing to have on that spiritual level. And if I understand it from that perspective, then I feel empowered. No matter what comes my way, I've got the inner strength. I'm tuned in to my inner compass. And I know that I'm going to be able to make something out of nothing. I'm going to be able to take lemons and really turn it into lemonade, because that is the point of the exercise. So you're really in, I want to say, a very positive place right now, even though some of you might feel a little heavier, a little undermotivated, or just, plain exhausted. A lot of us are just really exhausted right now. trust that you have the resources within you to be able to move forward. I feel like that's really important. So you're shifting. You know, what part of you is shifting, rising, or dissolving? I feel that you're shifting out of one side of the coin and shifting into the other side of the coin. And that's going to serve you really well this month in February. The catalyst, what's fueling or hindering your transformation? And is this resistance or rocket fuel? Oh, look at that. You got the star. So definitely rocket fuel. And I feel like the catalyst is that just in the last, I want to say 3 to 4 weeks, this past month, you've really started to come alive again on an intuitional level, an inspired level, where you're recognizing that there are some different approaches that you can take. It's not like you've had the crystal clear inspiration. It's more that you start to feel that part of you opening up, like that aspect, that valve that maybe has been closed or has been sticking is suddenly starting to just kind of, okay, there might be something to this, you know, like I'm popping up a little bit. I haven't opened entirely, but I'm popping up a little bit. And so I feel like it's very important that when we're talking about this catalyst energy, that for you this month, you really give yourself space to open up that creative valve, that inspired valve. Here's why. It's not something that you can consciously like bulldoze through. It's not where you can just flip the valve open because nothing will come out. This is one of those things where it has to be organic. You have to truly be ready for it. But when it starts to, you know, spit and spurt and sputter, you know that there is activity that is beginning. And I feel like that's what the rocket fuel is. So give yourself space this month to sit in, I want to say, contemplation time, where you say, okay, universe, like I feel some of that inspiration that you're wanting to, like it's just under the surface, or I feel like you're giving me little hints, little fits and starts. I'm open to receiving a little bit more, but I have no expectation of the how and the when. So I'm just going to sit in this 20 minutes of contemplation time. Maybe you're doodling. Maybe you're sitting in a bath. Maybe you are doing this while you're swimming laps. Maybe you're doing this while you're on a walk. But you want to really set the intention to connect the dots from like it's head, heart, soul, right? Head, heart, soul. You want to connect the dots in your body to be able to be in that head, heart, soul triangle, right? The triad, so to speak. So that star energy wants to inform you of what is coming next, wants to give you fun things to work on, but it needs a little more time. And so if you give it the space to kind of sputter and spurt and you know, sort of, you know, come out the other side, you will have the sparkle of the star coming out this month. What is the deep root, deep belief, wound, or soul contract that is driving this transformation under the surface? Interesting. 2 of Pentacles. Cancers, you have felt a little bit like things have been held back from you, like you're somehow not worthy and deserving, or that you're watching other people, you know, receiving the things that you've been working hard for, or, you know, getting the credit for the things that you've been doing. Whether this is on an internal level or you're seeing it externally, you know, out in your life, or a little bit of both, I want to say to you that you want to kind of take a look at why you might be attracting that kind of situation or that kind of scenario. And it all comes back to our value and worth. The 2 of Pentacles is really a card of balance, and it's a card of resource. And what I love about this particular depiction is that you see all of these beautiful orange crystals. So it's, again, speaking to, you know, that creative flow, the new ideas, the inspired ideas that are wanting to come through you. It's that sacral chakra energy. She's blindfolded, but she's holding this beautiful little bunny or hamster or, you know, critter in her hands. And so it's not that she feels out of balance. It's that she's not maybe recognizing that the environment around her is actually really supporting her right now. But because she's blindfolded, she's holding this little critter. She's only taking a guess at what it is, but she feels like, okay, well, this is all I have to work for. But if she were to, I want to say, take advantage of that blindfold and use her sixth sense, her intuition, her feels, that clairsentience that we all have, we all can access it, then she would feel a little more supported. And so I'm feeling like this is kind of the message for you guys is this is a month, I want to say, to do a trust fall with the universe, and to do a trust fall in terms of, who do you keep company with? What is your environment like? Do you feel safe in your environment? Do you feel, emotionally, energetically, or physically safe with the people that you're spending your time with? If you are able to connect to that energy, then I feel like you're able to access the resources that are all around you as well as within you. So that deep root, I feel, is encouraging you right now. It's a deep belief about your value and worth. And you want to coax it out so that you can learn how to, again, like we saw with these two cards, flip the script. Understand that these things are happening because your soul has signed up for these experiences. And what you choose to do with these experiences is going to shape and mold who you're becoming on the other side of it. And because the energies this year, I want to say, are so intense. Everything happens really quickly. You're going to move through this. This is a process this month where, something that might have taken you 7 or 8 months to go through, or maybe even a year, you're going to be able to get to the other side of it in a month or 6 weeks. So this is also, I feel, encouraging you to really look at the deep beliefs that you have around your self-worth, and really connecting to what is it that you value now. What you valued last month or last year or the last 10 years might be very different to what you're valuing today. And that's where you're going to really be able to tap into the resource. What's dying away? What part of you is falling away at this time? What role, pattern, or identity has run its course? Interesting. So, wow, Cancers, I feel like the phrase that keeps coming up in my head is you're afraid of the truth, or you're sick and tired of seeing the truth. I'm going to say to you that the sun card is always, the card of joy and yes and woohoo, and this is amazing. But it really is also the light of truth. And while that is a virtue, that is something that we can, hold fast to, that yes, I want to be truthful and honest, and I want someone to be truthful and honest with me. All of these things are valid. But at the end of the day, sometimes the truth sucks. Sometimes the truth hurts. It doesn't mean that you need to discard it or bury your head in the proverbial sand around it. And I want to say, when you kind of face the truth head on, it really kind of helps you to move forward and to bloom, blossom, and grow into all that you want to become, right? Whether it's subconscious or otherwise. But at the end of the day, sometimes receiving the truth is not going to be fun or pleasant. And I'm getting the sense here that is maybe why you have been a bit hermity, or, I won't think about that today, I'll think about that tomorrow, for the last couple of months. I mean, we've been through a major shit show, right? I mean, it's just, the world it's like we're in an alternate reality. We're in Stranger Things, but we're in the upside down world, right? So I feel like for you guys, the fact that the sun card is coming up in the position of what's dying away it's your fear or your exhaustion or your overwhelm around facing what really is in front of you. And if you are, I want to say, if you tap into that bravery and that courageous part of you that is absolutely there, I feel like you're going to be able to see these things, and it's not going to be as bad as you think. And at the same time that you witness it, you're also going to be opening that valve for the inspiration so that you know what to do with it. You know how to work with it or how to clear it out or how to move beyond it. I'm also going to point out here that this particular depiction has the DNA strands that are represented here around the flower. And I feel like there is an energetic upleveling, an energetic expansion that is just waiting for you to say yes to it. And when you get this energetic expansion, when you get this up leveling, things are going to start to make so much more sense. It's going to open those spidey senses even wider. And I just keep seeing by the end of February, there's going to be so much clarity for you because the light of the sun shines so brightly on everything that you can't unsee what is there. All of it is, on display for you to be able to determine how you want to use it. And that's where you start cooking with gas. That's where the motivation really starts to open up and you start to feel like, okay, this is what I came here to do. This was meant to be. So this is going to be really important for you. I feel like I spent a lot of time on what's dying away because I feel like you guys need to just see it for what it is, because maybe you've been misinterpreting it or misunderstanding why all of this bright and sunny and cheery doesn't feel so bright and sunny and cheery to you. But it's because it's opening you up to another level. And whenever we are getting ready to expand, there's always a component of contraction that happens first. And it's usually involved with our self-doubt, our values, and our worth. So big changes happening for you here, Cancers, but it's all good. So let's explore your highest Phoenix potential. What can rise from the ashes of what's dying away? What is your soul calling you toward? This is your breakthrough energy. Knight of Wands, I love this. Okay, so I'm drawn to the rooster, first of all. So like when the rooster crows, they crow at dawn. Okay, so there's that energy of dawning of a new day. Also, the Knight of Wands, whether it's nighttime or daytime, the Knight of Wands is always ready for a new quest, a new adventure, always ready to jump in and help you out. And I feel like he's got the rooster on him, and he's got a little yak, I think, here. That is his horse, his transportation, and his trusty steed. He's got this because it reminds him that no matter what time of day it is, he can always make a fresh start because he brings the light of the sun with him wherever he goes. So I feel like there's a timing message here for you, that now is your time, or that if you've been putting some things off because you're like, okay, it just doesn't feel like the right time, or, I'm not feeling like I've got all of my ducks in a row. The Knight of Wands is saying, no time like the present. Now is the time. And I'm going to provide you with exactly what you need. Also, this knight is very enthusiastic. This is a knight who has confidence and charm and the ability to enact that. And he shares it. His energy is contagious. So I feel like this is also an invitation for you to borrow the energy and the characteristics of the Knight of Wands. When you are feeling the valve of inspiration beginning to open up and the flow starts, lean into that enthusiasm, lean into that ambition, and allow, it's interesting, the yak, we don't often think of a yak, as a, kind of a horse, or for me, I don't think of it as a fast animal. I don't believe that it's a fast animal, but he's like, the animal doesn't have to be fast because I'm 3 steps ahead anyway. And so the point is, I'm moving in the direction that I need to go because I'm creating it as I go. I'm creating the experience as I go. This is not usually a card specifically around manifestation, but I'm getting that message for you guys, is that this is a month where you want to use everything at your fingertips. This isn't an extreme situation. You don't have to wait for the valve to open up completely wide and for the flow to really like start flowing before you can dive in and take steps in the direction of your dreams. This says, hey, if there are a couple of trickles, use that, make that work, because it's going to coax out the rest of it. That's where that ambition energy lies. And maybe you felt like your ambitions have been, lost or trapped or dormant for a while. Well, they're not going to be dormant for long. This is a month where you are coaxing them out. You are allowing things to unfold organically, but you're also in a position to, catch it when it opens up. You're saying yes to the experience. You're saying yes to the shift and the change. Next step. What's emerging just around the corner? What energy you're experiencing is coming in to support the next phase. Here you've got the Three of Swords. So I'm going to read this right now as a self-care and a healing card. Normally this is betrayal and heartbreak, but what I'm hearing is this DNA strand, this up-leveling is opening up a deeper level of the healer within you. And I just heard Akashic record energy. So I feel like you, with this up level or this upgrade, you're going to be accessing different volumes of your Akashic records, different volumes of maybe past lives, parallel lives, where you've used different levels and experience points, basically, of healing. And I'm seeing that that's what is coming up here. So this often is a card of self-healing, but I also feel like this is opening you up to being able to shine your light with the rest of the world from that healer perspective. This might be that you are literally already working in the healing arts or the medical field, and this is going to up level your skills. This could also be, that you're exploring energy modalities and you're just opening up to your gifts. This is going to bring you to that next level. Every level in between. Again, it's not about the black and white. It's not about the either or the extremes at this point. This is about you exploring the gray areas in between. So the message that I'm getting around that isn't necessarily, super specific to the card, but I feel like it's really important because this also is symbolizing what you have left behind, what you have outgrown. And this, I feel, is like a starting off point. This is really going to encourage you, again, that ambition energy. It's going to give you something to focus on. And I feel like the Star and the Three of Swords are very connected. So you may even be opening up to this desire to maybe make a shift and do more healing work, whether it's for yourself or for others. You may be feeling called to explore what that might look like for you. And I encourage you to answer the call and explore it because there's definitely something there for you. Okay, you in this process, how are you navigating this transformation? Are you resisting, flowing, grieving, or boldly rising? Oh, you're boldly rising. So Cancer, this is your card. The Chariot card is a Cancer card. Same as the Moon. But the Chariot is really interesting because it's the suspension bridge from Island A to Island B. It is the cab or the Uber or the Lyft that gets you from the airport to the resort so that you've already started your vacation when you're in the cab kind of thing, but you don't want to spend your entire vacation in the cab. That would not be fun. But there is a sense of urgency. There's a sense of swift action. And I feel like this is the role that you want to step into. I don't know that you're necessarily there right now, but I feel like February is going to invoke this in you. February is going to awaken this energy in you. Also, and I don't mean to be creepy here, but you can see there are a couple of eyes that are, sort of hiding in this bush. I feel like it's a cat-like energy. But I keep hearing the message you're being watched. Now, this isn't in a creepy way like, ooh, you're being watched, like it's a horror movie. I feel more like this is people around you that you have soul contracts with, where you have the potential to be the teacher in that soul contract. They're watching you to see what you do because they're wanting to learn from you. There is something that you have that they need. And from that soul blueprint perspective, they're feeling drawn to watch you because they know that you are the one who has signed up to say, hey, I'm going to follow this path, on my soul journey. doing this, wild ride called, humanity. And as I'm doing this, hopefully my choices are going to lead me, to learning about this thing or that thing or the other thing. I'm upgrading, I'm up leveling, and now is the time to do it. So you're going to be watched. And don't use this as a, like, dun, 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 no pressure, please. I don't feel like it's about that. It's just knowing that your journey is serving a purpose to motivate other people and their journeys in their life. So lean into that. Trust and know. And maybe that's good motivation for you as well, to know that, okay, if I'm helping others, if this is a soul contracted situation, I don't want to renege on my contract. I don't want to renege on what it is I've learned. And if all I have to do to fulfill and honor the contract is to live my life and walk my path, then it's a no-brainer, right? It's a no-brainer. It's not that there is an expectation tied to the outcome. It's that people are going to learn from your choices. And the same as you are going to be learning from your choices. And that, in essence, is the whole point. Circles of support. Who or what is influencing your transformation right now? And is it a positive or a negative experience? Interesting. Four of Pentacles. So I kind of tapped into this a little bit earlier. That lack energy, sort of a little bit of scarcity or feeling a little insecure. I'm feeling like you want to really be paying attention to the people that you're seeking support from. Are they qualified to support you in this particular dynamic, especially when we're talking about an energetic up leveling? You're very human, very logical, rational, not a spiritual person at all, sister or brother, maybe someone that you often go to for advice and things of that nature. But when you're talking about a spiritual experience, that person, your sister or your brother, might not be the person that has the answers for you or has the level of support that you would need in order for you to step in and to manifest this or to embrace the wholeness of the changes that are occurring within you. So you want to make sure that, another way that I would put this is you want to make sure that you've got the right tool for the right job. If you need to hammer in a nail, you're not going to do very well if you've got an orange and an elastic band, right? You need a hammer. So I feel very much that when we're talking about your circles of support, this is a month where you may be seeking out alternative places, alternative communities, alternative people that are more in the know, more connected to the specific issues that you're dealing with or the areas that you want to learn more about. If you want to learn how to be a neurosurgeon, you seek out schools that can teach you how to be a neurosurgeon. I feel like I did this reading for somebody else too. Like this, it feels like deja vu. And I feel like that's exactly what's coming up for you here. 4 is the foundation that you lay. 4 is manifesting. It's taking your thought and making it tangible, bringing it to life. Because there are crystals here, you have the power. It's about making sure that you are utilizing that power, focusing that power in the right ways based on what it is that you are needing. So question number 1 for you, or question number 1 that you want to ask yourself is, what exactly am I trying to do? Or what exactly is the desired outcome that I'm trying to achieve through this process? And from there, you can then, decide, is this the right tool for the right job? Do I need the big crystal? Do I need the thinner crystal? Do I need the, oddly shaped crystal? Do I need the one that is, multi-sided? So this, I feel, is a personal invitation for you to get clear on what it is that you're actually needing, why you might be needing it, and then seeking out the right tool for the right job. Thank you, Neo. Scoot your butt. Thank you. Hopes and fears. What are you dreaming of becoming, and what scares you about actually doing it? Oops. 6 of Swords. That you might ask for help and not get it. That you might be stuck in this sort of Groundhog Day energy for the rest of your life and never be able to find the exit. I feel like the fear is that other people are going to let you down, that you're going to end up having to hold the bag, having to do it all yourself. Six is a card of support and grace. Six of Swords is a card of support and grace. Wow, my mouth is not working as fast as my brain, apparently. Six of Swords is a card of support and grace. And in this particular depiction, the support and grace that she's receiving is from the stars, from these little fireflies that are coming along to say, we've got you. I mean, she's balancing very precariously. She's blindfolded and she's on top of this monolith, right? And there's trust. There's trust there because she knows that there are other people. I mentioned that before, having trust and hope in the universe, that everything that is crossing your path is there because it needs to be there for you, right? It needs to be there for you in order for you to have the experience you're signing on for. So this is a trust fall. That's your hope and fear. But I want to say lead into the hope that, yes, I am supported. Yes, I will get to the other side of this. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to figure all that out. I just need to be open to it. Here's your outcome. If you stay on course, who will you be on the other side of this journey? What is the result of embracing the full death and rebirth cycle? Another 4. Interesting. We have 4 of Wands. This is the card of graduation. This is the card of, next leveling it. So I feel by the end of this month, if you accept and embrace this up leveling, and you accept and embrace the truth that you're seeing, whether you like it or not, but you work within it, I feel like you're going to be graduating. And you're going to be graduating seeing that there is more motivation, that you are inspired, that you are ready and willing and able, and now have a focus, a vision to work towards. Wow. That is super powerful. I don't need to go any further than that. That is incredible. So you are getting ready to graduate. The last couple months have been a contraction before the expansion. This will be the expansion. Beautiful. All right, Cancers. So that is your Transformational Tarot for February of 2026. Always so fun to connect and read for you guys in this way. If you need a little help or a little support in how you're transforming this month, you know what to do. Click on the link below, book a session with me. Would love to be able to help you out. Please like, subscribe, click the join button. Let's go a little bit deeper and keep the conversation going. Become a fabulous Phoenix with me, where I do even more content like this, where we get to go deeper. It's fantastic. Would love to have you join if you are so inclined. Otherwise, guys, I hope you have the most incredible month. Sending you lots of love, lots of support. We will see you on the flip side, and transform well.